Hello everyone, and welcome to another showcast brought to you by SchickyRichy. This is going to be a 2 vs 2 here on the map named Desena. Once again, 2 vs 2 map with two teams spawning on each side, and they share kind of a mutual choke point that houses the natural expansions, and there's corner expansions as well as high yields in the middle of the map. It's a pretty neat map actually, I don't mind it. It's a really nice tile set. There is two Xel'Naga watchtowers that overlook the center area. There are ramps to go up around, to go through. If you go up the ramps and then down this ramp, the Xel'Naga watchtower doesn't see it. So the Xel'Nagas only actually monitor this middle area. The middle is also protected by this brush, so you can hide siege tanks behind here and keep an observer or a flying unit above it and see past the brush. Anyways, I'll get into this game. Team 1 is Lanira, this blue Zerg spawning in the top left corner, and Pen, the red Terran, spawning in the middle left. It's against yours truly, Schicky, spawning as the purple Protoss, against the teal or pink Protoss. I don't know if I said Protoss, but I'm Zerg anyways, and the pink or teal, Protoss, Richie spawning in the bottom right side. Anyways, Richie's scout is out. I was telling him to make sure that we didn't see any gas for the Terran, just so the fact that we know we're not going to have to worry about Reapers. He did get lucky and find the Terran first, so we know we don't have any Reapers coming at us really fast. We have time to get defenses or get a Stalker or whatnot up, and he's queuing himself. I also told him to check out the natural expansion for the Zerg to make sure he wasn't doing some kind of crazy fast expansion. If he was doing a 14 or 15 expansion, it would be up by now. Lanira looks to have gotten, looks to be a 13 or maybe a 12 pool, and he's getting a spine crawler up as well. Back in my base, I went for a 10 pool, and then I figured I'd get my queen out early, and I'd put up a spine crawler or something if there was anything to do with Reapers. But since there's no Reapers, I was going to transition into Roaches. And of course, after a Roach Warren's up, I like to go into Tier 2 after getting a few units, or maybe expanding. The nice thing about this Roach Warren is, because it's so cheap, I think it's only 150 minerals. 150 minerals. If you get scouted and they see this Roach Warren, they're going to try to counter Roaches. Whereas when you go straight to Tech 2 after that, Tier 2, you're going to be getting either Mutas or Hydralisks, and whatever counters Roaches usually doesn't counter Mutas or Hydras, except for maybe Blink Stalkers. My partner Richie is getting Stalkers, or a Stalker out at the moment. He does not have Warp Gates researching yet. I believe he was just going to go for a standard army. He does have 2 gas simulators up at the moment, and my mouse seems to be dying. How awesome is that? Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, I'll have to pause it and get some batteries. Anyways, Lair Tech, about 66% done. Lanira also has his Roach Warren up, but he doesn't have Tier 2 coming. He's just getting his second gas now. I've been harvesting from 2 gas for a while now. I am going to get a late expansion up. I got myself supply locked, so I figured, I'll stop spawning larva and poop a creep tumor. Lair Tech is finished, and I think I still wasn't producing Overlords. I did a bad job there getting with Overlords. Anyways, one is coming out now. I haven't got Glial Reconstitution yet. It's the speed for Roaches. I decided to put my Spire up here, and then I was like, maybe that's a bad idea. So it's already about 1/5 the way done, and I canceled it. I don't know if I should have done that or not. Anyways, I decided to go put it down here by my creep tumor. I knew one player was Terran, so if he scans me here, he's just going to see the Roach Warren and the Lair. So we probably would be thinking I went to Lair to get the Roach upgrades, and I was going to go hard Roaches, and maybe they'd try to counter me with Marauders or Roaches of his own. But anyways, Lanira continuing to spawn larvae. He's got tons of larvae already. He might as well be pooping that creep tumor. You don't need that many larvae yet. He hasn't expanded. He is putting up a spine crawler and spore crawlers. At this point, have they seen They have not seen my spire. Or they haven't saw my spire, whatever the proper term is. I don't really care. Anyways, Hydra Den coming up as well, and another Spore Crawler. So maybe they're just assuming air. I don't know, but I mean, they've seen a Robo Bay so far. They've seen nothing much else. My Overlord gonna get taken out here by this Marine. Terrible job, me. Terrible job. I do have I think a Zergling at this roach or at this tower. Can't remember if it's mine or if it's someone else's. Anyways, Lanira is sending 2 Zerglings out to scout. I should have had a couple roaches at the front to stop them from being able to scout my spire, but unfortunately they do get to see it, so they do know I'm going mutas at this point. I think I pumped out a few to try to do some harassment, but at the same time he's already got his engineering bay. Well, Pen, I should say, he's already got his engineering bay, so he's going to be able to put up turrets to protect against us. Looks like he's getting a starport with a reactor, more than likely for medevacs. And he's getting his 3rd barracks up. He's got his factory sitting here doing nothing. He could be using that to scout if he wasn't going to be producing anything from it. Looks like Richie here is taking a probe to maybe go to... I don't know what he's doing. We'll see in a minute. Anyways, Warp Gate Tech is finished. He hasn't converted his gateways into Warp Gates. He's got his 5th gateway coming up, and he's working off 1 robotics facility. He's got charge for his zealots already. No weapons upgrades out of the forge, and he is getting his expansion up just now. Barely being able to, as my creep is almost stopping that. I didn't expand the creep out this way. I guess that's just how far it normally goes. So I've got 7 Mutalisks up at the moment. I figured, I'll go try to do some harassment. Richie's probe seems to be doing a forward pylon. I'm not sure if I agree with the placement. He probably could have put it on this ledge, and he would have not been able to see it, and then you probably still would have be able to warp up here. Anyways, I go into the base, and unfortunately he's got turrets. He's got 3 turrets up there with a 4th one coming up, so I'm forced to retreat. No harassment done. 5th turret being coming up, and he's got a sensor tower up here. Oh, and yes, sorry, just the 4th turret. This other one is a sensor tower as well. So he's going to have 2 sensor towers up, preventing us from really doing anything. I see the sensor tower. I'm already a little in, so I pull back out. I figured that was not going to do me any good. I could have went and harassed the Zerg, but I knew he had spore crawlers up, I believe. No, I didn't know he had spore crawlers. Ah, yes, that's what stopped me. We seen their army coming up through the middle. So I figured I better get my mutas back. I started pumping out some lings, and I think some roaches even now. Yes, I started pumping some roaches. I called out for help from my partner. He's got a fairly good-sized army. Unfortunately, though, he's going to be fighting up the choke point, so he's not going to be able to have all his forces engaging, as my roaches also get caught at the ramp. My mutas get taken out.